Hi everyone. I am going to give you a little update today on what I have been working on and what is next for this channel. I know that some of you have been asking what is my intention or purpose with this channel, and it's bold of you to assume that there was one when I started it. I think, as a lot of you will know, my original intention was just to do a one-shot stream of me playing through 2.2, which is, I suppose, the main bit of Cartothia's arc. And then I would probably never do it again, was what I told myself. And here we are, and I think I've been doing it for about 2-3 months now, give or take. And I am close to 20,000 subscribers on YouTube, which I think is impressive and intimidating and everything all at once. I'm very flattered and honored that so many of you have enjoyed watching me talk about video games, which is something I really enjoy, and that you are presumably interested in hearing more of that. So what I've been thinking about is how I can use this unexpected platform in a way that I would enjoy, that I think you would hopefully enjoy, and that would also be using it for good in the community, if you will. And I did ask you at one point what kind of stuff you would be interested in seeing more of. And a lot of you said that you wanted to see other games as well, not just Wuthering Waves, and also interactions with other voice actors. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about. And to catch you up on, I suppose, the first bit of that, streaming. What is my streaming plan going forward? At the moment, I won't have time to be, someone who streams on a completely regular schedule, like how other content creators might be doing it. I am very lucky to know a lot of content creators, and I know they work very, very hard, and that this is essentially a full-time job. There's a lot of time that goes into planning and recording and editing all of this content, and so I have utmost respect for that, and I know that that is not something I currently have the time to do. So you won't be seeing any, Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule from me anytime soon. But what I can say is that, as you might have guessed, I'm committed now to Wuthering Waves. I will continue to live stream the entirety of the Renacita arc, the 2.x storyline, if you will, until such a point when it ends. And I'll probably still play the game going forwards. We'll see how I feel about New Federation, about new content coming after 2.x. If I still really enjoy that, I might continue to stream, but I might also shift to other games. And that could both be games that I have worked on. It may be in future games that I've worked on that haven't been announced or released yet. I would love to share some of them with you, because I think it might be interesting for you once I'm able to share some of the motion capture work that I've done, to hear my perspectives on the recording process of that, because that's a different medium than I think what we've discussed previously. So I would love to do that when I have something I can share. I am also still very open for collaborations with other voice actors and content creators, so I might be doing some co-streams with people. I know a lot of you really enjoyed when I had Alex literally next to me. That was really fun for me as well, so I'm going to try and see what I can do to keep having that kind of interaction with other people. What I really wanted to introduce today is my newest idea for something that qualifies as actual content creation. I have been working on something for a little while, an idea that came about because of the request for more interaction with voice actors. And I've been doing quite a few voice actor interviews myself. I know that there is an interest in hearing more about voice actors and how they feel about the games that they've worked on, how they work in general, both for those of you who are voice actors yourselves or aspiring voice actors, but also just for those of you who really love games and you want to know more about how we are working on them. And what I thought would be a fun thing to add to all the various content that is already out there would be a voice actor on voice actor interview format. So I would be interviewing other fellow voice actors and hopefully it would be really fun and silly. And I have done that. So that is the announcement here, is that there is an interview show called Voiced By, as in voiced by that voice actor. And none other than the fantastic Rich KEEBLE has agreed to be the very first guest. And we have recorded this, it has been edited, and it will be live, published tomorrow. So hopefully you will tune into that if you are interested in seeing that kind of content, if you're interested in hearing more about Rich, who, as you may know, is the voice of Minoko in Expedition 33. He is the voice of Fenrico in Wuthering Waves, and he has worked on a whole range of exciting voice acting and screen acting projects as well, so you might know him from many things. He has been an absolutely wonderful person to have as my first guest, because not only is he very talented, he's also very funny, as you will find. The concept of this interview show is not just to, ask the kind of, I suppose, standard questions, how did you get into voice acting, that they might have answered before in different interviews. It's to try and showcase them as performers, but also as people. What do they think about games? Do they play games? Have they played some of the games that they've worked on? Are there things about them that maybe we don't know? Maybe things they can do vocally that they haven't been able to showcase yet. And if they're up for it, if they're silly enough, maybe there'll even be some opportunities for them to flex their vocal skills and kind of show us certain things that they can do. Each interview will be tailored to the specific guest, so it's not going to be the same questions every time. The tone of it will be more or less silly depending on how sensible the guest is. But hopefully it will be insightful for you to watch, it'll be entertaining, and hopefully it will also give the voice actors a brilliant little platform for themselves to shout out any projects that they're keen to talk about, whether that's something that is completely new and current, or whether that is something maybe less known that they did a while back, but that they're really proud of and that they wish more people knew about. So hopefully that will be really fun, and hopefully that will be something that those of you who requested more voice acting interactions will really enjoy. That leads me on to another thing I just wanted to briefly mention, which is monetization. When I started this channel, I was in the very unexpected position that I think pretty much based off the first stream I did, I think I hit pretty much the goals to be, affiliated with YouTube and Twitch in the various ways that you can do that. But I didn't immediately turn those features on because I wasn't sure at the time how much I would be doing this. And I thought, well, if I do that, I kind of need to be adding some value. And the reason I am turning it on now, and I have been sort of gradually opening up for all of these features, is because now I'm at the point where I am interested in trying to create some content that hopefully we will all enjoy. And I'll be doing it, out of my own pocket to begin with. But if anyone out there is interested in supporting the creation of content such as this interview format, then this is a way that you can do so if you wish to, and if you feel like you have the money to spend on that. For full transparency, I'm not looking to make a living off this. This is not my main job. This is something that I'm doing for fun, for entertainment, for education, if you will. But I would love to use this also as a platform that allows me to give other fellow creatives employment. So as some of you may know, I have been starting a collaboration with none other than Stargazer, who is, I think, a fantastic editor and content creator in their own right. I'll put the link to their channel in the description so that you can go and check them out if you don't already know them. They are a fantastic editor, and they have edited for me not only this interview that I'm excited to share with you, but also a highlight reel of my recent stream with Alex Gelf. And I think they have a really, really fun style, and they make it look infinitely better than I would have myself, and they should be compensated for that. So essentially, the bottom line is, if you want to support me in making content, you are very free to do so. That money will be funneled directly into paying creatives like editors, anyone who makes graphics or music or anything that I might choose to commission for this content. But essentially it will be fed back to them. So just to be transparent about what that would be for. As a little bonus, there will probably be some member-only content. It wouldn't be the interviews themselves, because I think that should be for everyone, but it might premiere for members earlier, and also members might get access to the uncut, fully unhinged, full-length interviews if you really want to see the entire chat, because the interviews themselves will be edited down to a more digestible format of around half an hour. But if you thought, you know what, I want to see Amanda and Rich chat for an hour and a half, that content may be available to you if you wish to see that. So yeah, I think that kind of brings me to a close on this, but in short, I will be making more content. Hopefully we will all enjoy it, but as always, I'm very open to any feedback, any constructive criticism, anything you want to add. And I have a Discord server now for that purpose, and for any other social purpose. I need to thank my mods for not only moderating brilliantly in the live streams, but also for setting up that Discord. I have to shout out Ronan especially, who did really good work in setting all of that up. I will also put the link to that Discord channel in there. There will be a dedicated channel where you can ask any questions for me in general that I will then try to answer in live streams or on the Discord server, or if you have any feedback for Voiced By or any requests for guests that you would like to see appear, that is where you can also send me that information and I will take that into due consideration. I wanted to say briefly about guests. I am very happy to speak to voice actors in general. It doesn't have to be people who worked on Wuthering Waves specifically. And if you request someone, I will try to reach out to them as best I can. But if they don't appear immediately, or if they never appear, just know that it won't be because I didn't want to ask them or that they didn't necessarily want to do it. It will always just be a combination of availability. You know, how busy is that person? Do they have the time? It will also come down to things like, are they comfortable doing this kind of, social media online appearance? Some people are more private and prefer to not appear in this kind of content, and I think that's completely valid, and I would never want to pressure anyone. It could also simply be that I don't have a direct line to that person. So with Alex, she is a real life friend, and so it was easy to ask her, would you want to come and sit here and be on a live stream? But for other actors that I maybe don't know privately, I would have to reach out to them, through DMs or agents, and it might not be as easy to get in contact with them. So please, if you have requested someone, trust that I will ask them, and if you don't see them appear immediately, it might just be because the timing isn't right, or that they're waiting to do this kind of content for now. But I will take everything into consideration, so please do suggest anything you'd like to see, and hopefully I can make it happen for you, or at least try. Well, thank you so much for listening to an amount of minutes of me talking about this stuff. I hope you'll tune in to see the first episode of Voiced By. I hope you'll enjoy it. I will be back on a live stream this Saturday. I will put the link to that video down here. I'll be playing Wuthering Waves Part 2.6, Part 1 is what I was trying to say. I'll be playing that. I'm very excited to see that content. So again, if you want to watch that, feel free to tune in. And until then, have a really lovely rest of your day, evening, or whatever time it is. If it's night, go to bed. I'm going to cut this out because I'm going to look at my notes.